I think about this all the time, like why me kind of thing, like how did I do it? But I think I just found the perfect balance between school and fashion, kind of just balanced it perfectly, like used all my time properly, like didn't waste any time. I'm Leo Mandella, I'm from Warwick and I'm 15.
It's kind of crazy with school because, like, obviously, like any school, there's a uniform policy. Well, in England anyway, so for me, I try and, like, just bring my style into it as much as I can, like, as far as I can get it. And that either be, like, buy my shoes, like Supreme 98s, or, like, a badge that, like, a teacher made and then gave to me, a Supreme Learner badge, or even just a bag, like, just doing it as much as I can, because obviously I can't get away with the other stuff I wear because it's, like, bright coloured or, like, not uniform. So as much as I can, like as far as I can get, I'll go. But yeah, I just try and like pimp it my kind of way as much as I can until they say you have to take it off. It's really small, like it's really small space, but I've learned to like work with it. The desk is there, my chair, PlayStation for when I'm like bored at home. And then straight next to it is just the clothes, I guess. But this isn't all of them. This is just like the ones that I wear the most. Because I have like so many, I have to keep like them all dotted around the house. And because my room's so small, they like overload like onto this side of my thing, like all my hoodies and stuff. And then obviously like you can't ignore it, the huge amount of shoes up here, which isn't like a lot more to some people, but it looks like so many because they're in such a small space. And it was like actually becoming impossible to like put them around because they used to be like up there and stuff, so I had to like find something to do. It's just like my little space basically, which I come back to when I'm like traveling or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire room. There's not much to show because of how tiny it is.
When I was getting into it, there was nothing, like everyone was kind of dressing the same, and it was more about like dressing to fit in there than dressing because you want to dress how you want to dress.
It's mostly my mate Dan who takes most of the photos. I'm gonna try and find one that my mum took because when I'm at home, like she'll take the odd one. This is one that my mum took. This is like one of my favorites as well, which is fire to me because this came from my mum. Normally I'll like leave the camera and I'll put it in the air and just tell her to like take my spot. But now she's actually getting better. Like she's actually doing it now without me. It started off, I used to have like the Supreme long sleeve that had like the flags on it, the worldwide one I think it's called. And I sold that and then I bought something online. I think it was like a navy warm-up tracksuit. I just started like reselling. And then before I knew, like I had some money to like put into clothes. I don't knock anyone's hustle, like how they're getting money, and I think that's what people need to start doing, like realizing that people have to do different things because some people aren't born into it or whatever. And I think that's why people hate, because if you can't do it or you don't have like the access to do it all the time to do it, you're kind of like, oh damn, like I'm missing out on like even up to like £1,000 each week, like £1,000, even more, just because you can't get there. So I can see why people are salty, but at the end of the day, it's like 2018, people should just like appreciate hustle or whatever and just do what they have to do.
Hate is such a big thing, like everywhere, like even on like HYPEBEAST or any platform ever, there's going to be haters. For me, like at the start, obviously it was something that did affect me because it is quite some of the stuff people say, but as I've like developed, I've realised that hate is just like weak and it doesn't actually affect me anymore. For me, it's just more about like ignoring them and let them have their fun, but not getting fed, do you know what I mean, from me.
2 years ago, I would never expect that I'd be like on a tube station, on a billboard, on a bus wrap that's going like straight through Oxford Circus and like central London. This shit's crazy as well. This shit's even more crazy. What? Oh my God, take a flick of this. Even if you don't like me, you can at least use this as a way of like just saying, I can do it as well. When you're watching this and you're thinking like, oh, I'll never be able to get there, like that's what I thought like 2 years ago, and now I'm actually doing it. And it sounds cringy, but it actually is like true, and that's the craziest thing.
I know it's easy to say for me, but literally just like be yourself, and like whatever people say, you just guys have to ignore it, even if they're haters, even if they're your best mate. If you like it, then you like it inside your head. Just let yourself kind of run with it, because eventually if you're so passionate about something, you're gonna make it.